New details coming in about that horrific scene in New Orleans after an ISIS-inspired terror attack, leaving at least 15 people dead and dozens more injured. Meanwhile, separately at this hour, officials in Las Vegas are also investigating after a Cybertruck explosion at the Trump Hotel there. We've got more on that in just a bit. Here, though, first is the latest from New Orleans. Police are identifying the man from Texas who they say drove through crowds of revelers early this morning on Bourbon Street, 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar. He was an Army veteran who lived in Houston and was born in the U.S., but police say he had an ISIS flag with him when he was shot and killed in an exchange of gunfire with police after his truck was finally stopped. Also, the FBI in Texas searching a home in North Houston that may be connected to the suspect. The sources saying that he may have had assistance from other people in carrying out this attack. Multiple law enforcement agencies desperately right now are searching for clues, and tonight President Biden spoke out from Camp David. The president revealing the New Orleans attacker posted videos beforehand on social media claiming to be inspired by the Islamic State group. And Biden saying his thoughts are with the victims' families.
To all the families of those who were killed, to all those who are injured, to all the people of New Orleans who are grieving today, I want you to know I grieve with you. Our nation grieves with you.
The president went on to say that he is directing the federal government to make every resource available to federal, state, and local law enforcement to handle this investigation and make sure there is no remaining threat to the American people. We are also learning more tonight about the victims in this attack, like Nikira Dido, just 18 years old, who dreamed of becoming a nurse. Reggie Hunter, a father of two from Baton Rouge, and Tiger Betch, who played football at Princeton University and worked in finances in New York. And Nicole Perez, a single mother to a 4-year-old son. By the way, a barrier system that was meant to prevent vehicle attacks like this was being repaired at the time in preparation for the Super Bowl in February. Now to that other bizarre scene under investigation tonight in Las Vegas, and new video that you're seeing right here of a Tesla Cybertruck exploding. It happened at the valet area right outside President-elect Trump's Las Vegas hotel. One person was killed and 7 others were injured. The FBI is investigating it as a potential terror attack, and close-up images show gas canisters and large fireworks piled in the back of that truck.
We're here, we're deploying resources, and we will continue to do that until we get to the end of this and figure out exactly what happened and why.
Authorities have not identified the person who died yet, but they say that person was inside the Cybertruck at the time of the explosion. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is also claiming the explosion was caused by fireworks or a bomb inside that rented truck. Today's incidents come less than 2 weeks after a man drove a car into a crowded Christmas market in Germany, killing 5 people and injuring more than 200. Federal law enforcement here in the U.S. additionally warned police all around America that vehicle attacks are a key concern and that they needed to be prepared ahead of big holiday celebrations. Meantime, we are quickly approaching 3 major events right here in the DMV where security will need to be ramped up. The January 6th certification of the election, President Jimmy Carter's funeral, and the inauguration of President-elect Trump. 7 News' Carl Willis is looking at safety concerns tonight.
Heightened security in place across the district after Wednesday morning's terror attack. Barriers going up across the Hill, and Metro announcing that even though there are no known threats, that riders may notice increased police presence. Anti-scale fencing already up ahead of January 6th for the first of 3 high-profile and high-security events planned for the district. All coming in the wake of a terror attack that killed more than a dozen people in New Orleans' French Quarter. We caught up with D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith at the Fresh Start 5K in D.C.
Anytime there's an incident such as what happened in New Orleans, we always heighten our security.
In addition to the certification of the presidential election on January 6th, the district is also in a heightened security stance ahead of the inauguration on January 20th, and now a state funeral for the late former President Jimmy Carter. WTOP national security correspondent J.J. Green.
Anything can happen at any time. when it comes to Washington, D.C. And terror attacks, again, those are things that only have to be successful one out of many times in order to create some kind of chaos.
Chief Smith says her department has been planning for the funeral since 2020, getting ready for a large crowd.
That's what we specialize in here in the District of Columbia at the Metropolitan Police Department. We'll continue to work very closely with our local and state partners to see if there are any critical threats to the district, and if there are, we will posture ourselves accordingly.
Following Wednesday morning's terror attack and the deadly explosion of a Cybertruck outside the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, police departments across the country are focusing on the potential for copycat attacks.
There are possibilities that there are other people that are still out there connected to New Orleans, and we don't know where they are. What's happening in Las Vegas and New Orleans are wild cards, and they're game changers too. If they do turn out to be connected, it's a real game changer.